So here in Denver, wasn't just supposed to stop in Denver, not get out of the plane, and it was supposed to continue on to Indy, but they had an equipment change, so now I'm out of the plane in Denver, and my departing flight is now delayed till 9:35 p.m. So a 3-hour delay. So now I'm getting, instead of getting in at 11 p.m. tonight, I'm going to be getting in at, what, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be a long day. You know, I've flown in and out of Denver quite a bit. And it's a nice airport. I really like it. It's actually one of the better airports. So it's not a bad place to get stuck in for a few hours. It's got good food options and things to look at. One thing that has always perplexed me is this atrium they have here in the southwest terminal, I guess it would be. Yeah. Here, I'll let you look at it. It's very perplexing. So this is the terminal. I'm looking down onto where you catch the trams to go to other terminals or to baggage claim and stuff like that. But it's the sides, the terraces here, and their decoration that get me. I don't understand what they were going for. It almost looks like, I don't know, post-apocalyptic kind of decoration. I mean, they got this concrete stuff. I don't know, maybe there was supposed to be running water in this very weird looking area. I don't know what they were shooting for here. Let's look at the other side. More of the same here. Again, I'm not saying it's not pretty. It's got a certain beauty to it. It's just kind of weird looking. And I wonder what the story is behind its design. I'm guessing they're not playing Pokemon Go. Oh, so it's 2 o'clock in the morning in Denver, Colorado, and I'm not home yet. So Southwest and their biggest snafu to date with me canceled the flight twice. So I was supposed to be the San Jose to Indianapolis, and with just a stop in Denver. And Southwest does this thing where they stop and then they continue on, kind of like a bus. But we stopped, and then we had to change planes, and then that plane was delayed from 6:30 is when we should have left till 9:30, and then at 9:30 it got delayed some more, and then we finally got on the plane probably 10 o'clock, and then they had to cancel a flight because the pilots would be over their time limit, and then so we all filed back off the plane, and then they said, okay, never mind, we're uncanceling it, that we found some new pilots, and it'll be about an hour. So we rated around about an hour, and that was a mistake. I should have gotten something right then, but oh well. So we rated around, well, actually more than probably 2 hours, and they canceled it again. And then their soonest they could get me back to Indy was Monday morning, and that's bullshit. Southwest, that's truly bullshit. 2 days, 2 days, 2 days to get a connecting flight. Ooh la la. So, and I tried Chicago, Dayton, Cincinnati, all the close kind of places, and no luck. Monday was the best. So I got on our company travel site and just booked a new flight on United. So I'm flying out on United tomorrow at 2 o'clock. It should get me into Indy at 7 p.m. Saturday night. So in the meantime, I got a hotel room. I'm a Marriott guy, but there was no Marriotts available except for, way away from the airport. And so I'm staying in a brand new Hyatt. It's about 30 minutes from the airport, and it's not bad. It's kind of a standard room. It's got a bed and a shower, which is all I need at this point. That's the most important thing. So I'm going to grab 8 hours. So that put me about 10 o'clock. Get a cab or an Uber. Ooh, the cab. Cab was $50. I should have rented a car tonight. That was a mistake. It was a huge mistake. A cab was ridiculously expensive. I'm glad the company's paying for this. But maybe I'll try Uber. I've never tried Uber. I'll report back on that in the morning. Get an Uber back to the airport and hopefully be home. Till then, talk to you later. Well, it's later Saturday morning. At least got a little bit of rest. Time for attempt number 2 to get home. Hopefully it's better today. Time to get dressed, get back to the airport. So we're at the, whoa, that's shaky. So we're at the Denver airport. I've actually never flown out of the Denver airport. I've always just been a connecting passenger. So I've actually never been in this hall. It's really pretty, actually. Near the rest of the Denver airport, once you're in the terminals is really nice, but the section here before security is really nice too. Took my first Uber ride this morning. Very well. I worked really well. It was half the cost of the cab last night, or I guess I should say earlier this morning, since it was 2 a.m. I recommend it. It was guy was really friendly. Car was nice. Got me here fast. He showed up at the hotel within like 8 minutes. And like I said, half the cost of a cab. Plus the guy, was really friendly. So, well recommended. But this is a very pretty airport. I love the fabric roof. I've actually never been in this section before, so it's kind of cool. Oh, and this is looking at the TSA checkpoint. Doesn't look too bad for lines, and I've got TSA pre-check today, so it's even going to be better. I love getting that. I might actually have to pay for it so that I can get it all the time, or at least most of the time. So, cool. All right, so that's not true. I have flown out of the new Denver airport before. When we came, the whole family, when we came to that disastrous World Venture missionary training. The worst training class ever. Total waste of money. And as such, I would suggest you don't support World Venture. But we did fly out of here because, and the reason I know this is we ate right there. So I just saw that and remembered, had a flashback. So I guess I have flown out of here once before. Oh well. Getting old, memory's getting tough, Yankee walk. It's amazing how many South Park references actually do exist in the Denver area. There's a Victoria's Secret in the airport. What, in case you suddenly have a slutty underwear emergency that you need some for the trip? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you're going on your honeymoon and need something. Who knows? I can't see that this would be a profitable place for Victoria's Secret. Who am I? So let's talk about last night. So I was really angry last night. And I'm just somewhat angry this morning. Now, key point is, my motto for these vlogs and what I'm trying to do in my life is be kind to everyone when possible. Be kind when possible. And it is always possible. So I want it noted, and I didn't film because I was really bent on trying to get home and, barring that, find a hotel and a new flight. So I didn't have the camera out filming the interactions. But so you'll have to trust me. But I was nice to the gate agents, the people on the phone that I talked to, etc. It's not their fault what happened. They have a lot to deal with. They're just trying to do what they can within the confines of their corporate policies. So that's a key point. I mean, stuff happens, right? And you're going to have to get rebooked. You're going to have to find an emergency hotel room. You're going to have to do stuff if you do a lot of business traveling. Don't take it out on the customer service people, the gate agents, the front desk people, the ticket people, whatever. The flight attendants, pilots, anybody, okay? It's not their fault. They don't have any control over it. Be kind to them. They've got a tough job, just like you do. They're just trying to feed their families and go home at the end of the day, just like you are. They're doing what they can within the confines of their corporate policies. So, corporate policies, that's where we need to talk, Southwest Airlines. So, I had a flight, Southwest Airlines, from San Jose, California to Indianapolis with one stop in Denver. So Southwest does, they call it a direct flight, but it's still got stops. So I had one stop, and usually you don't leave the plane. You just hang out, maybe get a better seat. No, not maybe. You get a better seat, and then the other people come on and you fly on to the next destination. So that's what I had. Get to Denver and they say they're going to have an equipment change. You have to go to a new gate. Well, okay, fine. So I go to the new gate for the next plane, and it's going to be 2 hours late. Oh, okay, fine. And then it's 3 hours late, and then it's 4 hours late. So now instead of getting in at 11, I'm getting in at like 2 a.m. kind of thing. But I'm still okay, whatever, okay? It's fine. So we finally get on the plane, and then they have some trouble, and then they take us off because the pilot is going to be over their allowed number of hours or something. So they cancel the flight. Great.
I shall leave you as you left me, as you left her, marooned for all eternity in the center of a dead planet. Buried alive, buried alive. Come! Come!
So get in line, and whenever that happens, I immediately call, like I'm on Southwest this time, so I call my A-list number while I'm standing in line and see which one's fastest. It's usually the phone call, but you know, you can do both. You stand in line and you call your reservations number while you're there, see what you can do. While that's happened, they uncanceled the flight. They say they found some new flight staff, and it'll be about 30 minutes, and we'll continue on. Well, great. Okay, so I'm getting in at 3:30 now or so. Okay, still I'm getting in Friday night. Okay, so we wait and we wait and we wait, much longer than 30 minutes. So it's like, I don't know, pushing midnight. So I've been in the Denver airport for almost 6 hours at this point, waiting for the flight that should have just been 30 minutes with me in the same plane moving on. But now we're on 6 hours, and they cancel the flight again. And they don't give us a reason this time. They just cancel the flight. All right, fine. Do the same thing. Get in line. And I kind of knew when they started to make an announcement that something bad was going to happen, because we waited way too long, and I had seen no pilots or anything show up. So I knew it was going to be bad news. So I immediately took off for the customer service desk. So I was like second in line. So, you know, get to the, so and again, I call the A-list number, and I'm talking to them, and they say they have no seats available till like Monday afternoon. This is Friday night, okay, so Monday afternoon. And they say probably what has happened is the gate people have pulled all the seats because they know they've got 120 people or whatever fits on a 737 at Southwest, because it was a full flight. It was packed out. So just see them. So, you know, I was second in line. I get to the desk and talk to her, and she's like, well, I can get you there Monday afternoon. I'm like, I was nice, upset, but I was nice. I'm like, okay, what about if we go to Dayton or Cincinnati or Chicago? Because I'll just get a car and drive home from there, right? Those were all booked up till Monday. Well, crap. So I'm like, okay, how about, I don't know, St. Louis? Because it's a 5-hour drive from St. Louis to my house. They said, well, we can get you to St. Louis Sunday morning, like 8 a.m. or something. I'm like, okay, 5 hours, that gets me there at least, you know, early Sunday afternoon. It's still better than Monday afternoon. So I'm like, let's do that. So I went ahead and had them book that. And then I went over and I thanked them, you know, they trying their best. But come on, Southwest, you had a whole plane load of people. Why couldn't you have sent that plane this morning, Saturday morning? It was going there anyway. It's obvious that plane needed to be in Indianapolis. You've got 120 people that need to be in Indianapolis. Why can't you get another flight crew the next morning and get that done? Really? Monday? 2 more days? And no food vouchers, no hotel vouchers, nothing. You're on your own. This is what you got. And the worst part is, you don't have any agreements with any other airlines. You can't put me on another airline. Really? If I fly United, they can put me on American. If I'm flying Delta, they can put me on United. Whatever. You know, that's happened to me every once in a while. What the fuck, Southwest? Really? You don't have any agreement. You can't put me on another plane. That's ridiculous. And that right there may cause me may cause you to lose me as a customer. I mean, I'm an A-list flyer. I'm really close to the next level, A-list plus or whatever that is. So I'll probably be A-list plus by like third quarter this year. So no hotel, no food, and no code sharing, so that you, or no, not code sharing, no agreements so that you can put me on another airline. That is not the way to treat customers. Not at all. And you know, it's not the way you treat customers when everything's going well. I mean, it is, that is a part of it. But what really puts you in good is how you treat customers when things are not going so good. And I realize you had a major systems crash. You are still catching up from that. That's fine. But you put people on other airlines. You do what you can to get them to their destinations in reasonable amounts of times. And I'm sorry, Friday night to Monday afternoon is not a reasonable amount of time. It's not like the airport's shut down. It's just your system. Book us on another airline. That's what everybody else does. What the fuck? All right, so I didn't take that. I had them book it. I thanked them. I moved on. So I did a couple of things at that point. I got my laptop out and got onto our company travel agency site and booked another flight, this time through United, for this afternoon, Saturday afternoon. One-way ticket, so it cost me a little bit of money, but the company is okay with me doing things like that. And then I'm like, okay, well, I've got 10, 11 hours then. Let me get a hotel room. And here's the second part. So I'm a Marriott guy. I'm like kryptonite level Marriott. I call the Platinum reservation line. And I'm on hold for over half an hour. On the Platinum reservation line. This should be the first thing they answer. These are the people that spend shit tons of money with you, Marriott. And I was on hold for more than half an hour. So I finally hung up from there and just got online and searched for hotels, and then just started direct calling them. So they had the closest Marriott I could find was Spring Hill Suites, so I called them that showed any open rooms. And so I called them directly, and they didn't have any open rooms, but they said, there's a brand new Hyatt right next door to us, and I believe they have open rooms. So I'm like, cool, do you have the phone number? They're like, yes. So Marriott, the customer service, so the front desk people that you had working like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, Friday night / Saturday morning, at the Spring Hill Suites, about on Colfax Road, about 30 minutes from the airport in Denver, top notch. Your Platinum reservation line blows. Okay, really ticked me off as somebody that spends a boatload of money with you. Okay, so I call the Hyatt up. They do have rooms. They're a little expensive. I don't care at this point. I get a reservation there. And then I have the quandary, do I rent a car just for the night, or do I take a cab or something like that? And I was wiped out. I mean, I was fried green tomatoes, man. So I said, I'm not driving, I'm just taking a cab. So I went to the cab stand and took a cab there, and it's 17 miles from the airport to this hotel. $50 for that cab, and it stunk, and the guy couldn't speak English. Okay, so cab companies, when you wonder why you're losing people to Uber, that's why. That's nonsense. So, and it, whatever. So, I was nice to the guy, but good Lord. So, the screwing just doesn't stop last night. So, get to the hotel, beautiful hotel, Hyatt. So Hyatt, whatever hotel that was, I still don't know. It was next to the Spring Hill Suites on East Colfax. Beautiful hotel, by the way. Beautiful hotel. And your front desk people were the friendliest people, like, in a long time that I've met. They knew that my situation, and they gave me a really nice room. Set me up. It was gave me a drink, and I don't have any Hyatt loyalty card, or I don't know that I've even ever stayed at a Hyatt. And he treated me really nicely, and I really appreciate that. It really helped out my mood last night, and I really appreciate it. So this morning, or actually about noonish, getting back to the airport, I tried Uber for the first time. I've never done Uber before, so I downloaded the app onto my phone and signed in, requested an Uber from the hotel to the airport. Guy popped up. He was 8 minutes away. Cool. Went downstairs. Sure enough, less than 8 minutes really. He was there. Guy was extremely friendly. Had like a brand new, like a Honda something pickup truck, crew cab thing. So I was able to put my luggage in the back seat and ride up front with him. And he was very friendly. Car was very clean. He got me here in no time whatever. We talked along the way. It was very nice. Told me a lot about Denver, if I ever show up here again. And it was $23. That's less than half of what the cab was. And it was clean. The guy spoke English. He was very friendly. I was able to pay for it just using the app. I didn't have to worry about fumbling around with the card or having cash or, tipping and all that nonsense. The app just takes care of it. Got the receipt online. Bam. Cab companies, this is why you're not competing. You don't have anything like that. You're not competing against this much better system. And if you want to remain in business, you better step up. And you need to step up fast. You need to get clean cabs. You're in America. Friendly cab drivers that can talk to you and don't stink, and at a fair rate. I'm sorry, 17 miles for 50-something bucks is ridiculous. I'm sorry, ridiculous. When Uber does it for 23. Okay, I can see a little bit more for a cab because you're an established business. You got overhead and stuff. Okay, 30 bucks. Not 50. Not 50. Not cool. So, Uber from now on for me. Or maybe Lyft. Maybe I'll try them too. But Uber was really good. Good job. So, let's summarize. Good job. My company's travel agency. Thank you. You helped me out. Good job. Uber. Thank you very much. Good job. Hyatt. Top-notch hotel. Top-notch. Top-notch people working there too. Bad. Southwest Airlines. Again, you may have lost me as a customer. I spend a shit ton of money with you guys. You may have just lost me in this one incident. You may have lost me as a customer because this stuff's going to happen again. And if you can't get me on your airline or another airline to where I'm going, we're not doing business anymore. Going back to United. Also bad job. Marriott. I am a loyal Marriott customer. To say I spend a boatload of money with you is an understatement. I've got like a gazillion points with you. I'm platinum level. I'm close to being permanent gold level, and I'll probably reach that this year and probably hit permanent platinum level within a year or so. I renewed my platinum status by like April this year, maybe May. So I'm spending a lot of nights at you, spending a lot of money. And your platinum line keeps me on hold forever. Not cool. Not cool at all. All right, so I've ranted long enough. So notice I'm ranting at the corporations. I'm not ranting at the people. The people I was very nice to.
You're not gonna like
And they were, under a lot of stress, and yet they were nice to me. So that's all it takes, guys. Just be nice to each other. But I'm not going to be nice to the corporation as a whole. Their policies are nonsense. All right, so let's go find my gate and get home.